Okay, just to be respectful for everyone's time, we're gonna go ahead and get started. This info session is being recorded and will be available in our Startup FTL website, which you have the QR code here on the shared screen. Feel free to add in any questions in the chat or either in the Q&A box, and we are gonna be more than happy to answer them. I have my team here with me, which are gonna also help me in case of anybody having any additional questions. And I'm in the middle of presenting. But again, thank you everyone for coming in. This info session is regarding the Startup FTL Innovate and Elevate Accelerated cohort of the Grow cohort. This is a 6-week accelerated program compared to the 12 weeks that we generally do. And we're gonna be explaining more about it in the upcoming slides. But just as a reminder, applications are due Sunday, August 31st at 11:59 Eastern Time. Just going over a brief agenda, you're gonna be able to meet our public affairs team, learn about the Startup FTL program, learn about the business stages that you'll be learning from this program, the course eligibility, the program modules that we'll be covering in the 6 weeks that you'll be with us, as well as the application roadmap. You're going to be learning more in detail as to what we're expecting from our applicants when it comes to the application questions. And you're also going to be learning about the logistics of the course details, as well as to what to expect, course timeline, and at the end, we'll be opening up for any Q&A. So then this is the public affairs team. You have Daphne Saint, our division manager, who is joining us today, along with Vaughn Howard, the administrative supervisor, and Nikki Austin Ship, administrative aide. She is also here in the call with us, not with us, but she is a great asset to this team, is Ashley Dixon, the management analyst. And you also have myself, the program coordinator of Startup FTL, as well as the senior management fellow with the city of Fort Lauderdale. My name is Melissa Mata. Daphne, Vaughn, and Nikki, if you want to go ahead and say hello to everyone, you're more than welcome to, and unmute yourselves.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. We're looking forward to having you join the cohort coming up.
Program for you to be a part of, and hopefully you'll get a whole lot out of it.
Good afternoon. I am sure as business owners, you will find this program very resourceful and helpful on your journey. Wishing you all the best of luck throughout the program and with your cohorts.
Thank you, team. Thank you, team, also for your support and your assistance in also making this cohort happen for our residents. So a little bit about the Public Affairs Division. We are the Public Affairs focuses on economic development in government and international affairs. We make sure that we build those relationships with the business community, with our local leaders and international leaders to make sure that we bring the best quality of life and the best I lost my train of thought. The best quality of life events, as well as a lot of economic opportunity for our residents, for them to continue to grow and to provide those resources and to keep on improving the workforce. Here in the public affairs team, we are able to meet with the community hand in hand, go to different city events and be able to hear the community and make sure that we relay all of those concerns from the business community back into to our staff as well as city commission. When it comes to government and international affairs, we love to build those relationships with international leaders to make sure that we build that collaboration and bringing in their businesses and seeing how we can collaborate and facilitate the process. Alongside the government affairs and economic development, we just want to make sure that there is just a transparent communication with our community And we are not only here to support the business community, but also all of the leaders that are involved and all of the entities that make this city such a great city. So switching to the reason why you're all here, which is the Startup FTL program. So the Startup FTL program was designed for business owners and entrepreneurs that either live in the city of Fort Lauderdale or would like to do business in the city of Fort Lauderdale, to make sure that they get the guidance, the skills, the tools, and the resources necessary so that they can have a good foundation for the business. The regular Startup FTL program, and I say regular because the one that you will be applying for this cohort is the accelerated. The regular Startup FTL program is commonly 10 to 12 weeks. This covers 5 modules out of the Kaufman curriculum, which you'll also be learning about throughout the rest of this presentation. And this Fast Track Kaufman curriculum offers you all of the tools and the business functions so you can have that foundation and that you can implement back those best practices into your business. The Startup FTL is for any business owner in any different business stage, either those that are starting their business idea all the way to expanding and finishing and establishing their business. They want to make sure that they have a good exit strategy. They want to make sure that they understand how to expand. They want to understand how to even start, and they need that guidance to create a business plan, to make sure that they have the tools for them to establish and to launch their business. So Startup FTL is here for their neighbors and is here for all businesses that want to have their business here within the city. So what is the difference when it comes to this accelerated cohort that you're going to be applying before August 31st? Well, this is the accelerated growth cohort. The accelerated growth cohort, it is a 6 weeks compared to the 12. This is a 6 weeks business training program designed for entrepreneurs and small business owners who have a business that has been operating from 1 to 5 years. These are for businesses that are still in their startup phase, that are still growing. They're still trying to understand the business operations, and they want to improve and they want to get themselves into market. This 6 weeks is going to focus on improving your business operations, your management, your financials, making sure that you have a good team, making sure that you understand the best strategies and how to work with your audience, your clients, how to work with your internal team so you can continue to escalate. This cohort, which is the growth cohort, along with the ideation cohort that is currently ongoing as we speak, it'll be starting next week during the last week of August. But the ideation and the growth cohort, they were made possible by a grant that the city of Fort Lauderdale received from the National League of Cities. Our economic recovery fellow, Servola Fraser, who is not joining us at the moment, she is mainly working behind the scenes. She's also a great asset in making this program available for all of you. And she was the one that helped us apply for the National League of Cities award. And after being granted, this program was able to provide funds through a pitch competition, which we'll later be talking about, where lucky participants that do go through the program are going to be able to receive a grant award up to $1,000 for their business. So all of this is thanks to the team from the National League of Cities, as well as this wonderful team for making sure that we receive this grant. So one of the things is of the Startup FTL, which I'm going to be going back and forth, comparing the general Startup FTL program compared to this one, the growth cohort. So we'll be starting with the general 10-week cohort, which is the general Startup FTL. That one, in that program, we accept businesses and entrepreneurs of all business stages, from the ideation, the startup, they're growing, all the way to their established and expanding business stage. We want to make sure that we cover the functions for everyone, and everyone has a collaborative discussion where you all learn from each other based off your experience, your current and your potential challenges that you may come across throughout your business journey. Comparing the business stages. Oh, that was supposed to be switched to the grow cohort. So I apologize for that. But the business stages accepted in the grow cohort, which is this one right here, it's going to be the startup and the growing businesses. Those are the businesses that have been operating for 1 to 5 years, that already are generating revenue, and that are wanting to continue to expand, that are wanting to continue to grow and scale up in the market. So course eligibility. So who is eligible to participate in the grow cohort? Those are business owners and entrepreneurs that live in the city of Fort Lauderdale. They are those business owners that have an operating business in the city of Fort Lauderdale, along with those business owners that live or have an operating business in the following zip codes, which are the ones I mentioned on the screen. Another course eligibility is for your commitment to attend 80% of the classes. Out of the 6 weeks, we're going to be meeting for 12 sessions, meaning that we are requiring our participants to be committed to attend to 10 out of the 12 classes. We do understand that you have a life out of this, that you have a life out of being a small business owner or an entrepreneur. So we are flexible when it comes to working with your pre-planned events that are not going to have you be attending those scheduled dates for the program. So what is it that you need in order to participate? Well, you need to have an operating business that has been operating and generating revenue for 1 to 5 years. And you want to have that motivation and that commitment to grow. Another thing that you do need, and it is something that we do encourage our participants, is to have access to a laptop or device to complete in-class assignments, after-class assignments, as well as to be able to join us during the online sessions. Because this program is going to be in person and an online. So we want to make sure that you have everything with you, either when we're meeting in person or online, so you can just gather your assignments, open up any business plans that you have been working on, and be able to share it with the rest of the participants. So what is it? What modules out of the 5 modules you'll be looking at when it comes to the grow cohort? Since we're only going to be focusing on 6 weeks out of the 12, we want to make sure that you do receive the best out of this program. As a participant, you're going to be able to have access to all of the 5 modules. However, you're going to be able to follow along through the 3 modules that we're going to be concentrating, which is the position module, the commit, and the refine. The position, commit, and refine, they help you understand how to reach your audience. They help you understand how to establish your branding, your business brand. They help you understand how to work and understand your costs, your financial costs, and your revenue streams. The commit module also helps you define your business structure. It helps you define your business plan to improve it. The business plan is an ongoing and an onworking project. So you want to make sure that you keep it updated, either by when you add new members to your team, when you understand that your revenues can actually grow, that you can add additional revenue streams. You need to make sure that you have your business plan in place. So the commit and the refine module are going to be your best friends for that. The refine module is also looking at your sales strategy. How are you talking about your business? Is your sales pitch? Do you have it on point? Can you improve it? How confident are you when it comes to talking about your business? And how many clients are you actually closing when it comes to talking to and reaching your audience? So we're going to be focusing on those 3 modules out of the 5. But as mentioned, you're going to have the information of all of the lessons from all 5 modules. The application roadmap. Right now, we are on open applications window, which is they started on August 5th. We're currently on the information session, which is the August 20th. And on August 31st, that's when applications are gonna close. So make sure that you do have your application submitted. If you come across any issues, please let us know. Contact our public affairs office, contact our public affairs email. And if I can have one of my wonderful staff add in the chat our main line as well as our email and page, I would really appreciate that. That way, those of you watching can have that information accessible to you. Applications are gonna be reviewed between September 10th and the 19th. This is a process that includes the notification of, well, the review of interviews, making sure that all of you applied, and in case there is any additional information that's needed, we can contact you right away. I apologize for another typo, that should say September 26th. September 26th is when we are going to be notifying those that have been accepted to the program. So this is going to be a just a process of us reviewing the applications, making sure that we notify you, making sure that you're still interested. And then after you let us know that you are interested, we're going to schedule a 20-minute call. This 20-minute call is going to help us understand your needs and your challenges and to make sure that you are a good fit for this program. We want to make sure that every participant gets something out of this 6 weeks, because it is time commitment. You're going to be with us for 12 sessions. So we want to make sure that you understand what it is that you're going to be learning and how much of a benefit you're going to be able to implement back into your business. So the notification of acceptance is going to be on between the week of September 26th. So now, going along the application questions. When it comes to the Startup FTL program, we really want to understand your needs and your challenges, just like we want to understand your business. We want to make sure that you are very detailed, that you provide as much information as possible, because that's what we factor in when we review these applications. We want to make sure that you are motivated, that you are serious, and when it comes to scaling your business, that you are committed to be able to let us guide you, to be able to provide you with all of the resources and the tools that we have available for you to take back those best practices into your business. So throughout the application, you're going to be seeing questions like describe your business, write your best elevator pitch. Why should people choose your business? Describe your main goals when it comes to participating in Startup FTL. We also want to know why you want to be part of this program, why it is that you want to work with us for 6 weeks. And we also want you to describe us any specific financial needs or any challenges that you're coming across your business, or that you feel that you're going to potentially come across as you continue your business journey. Another question that you'll be looking at is describing your challenges in your business that you're currently facing and what strategies you're currently using and doing to overcome all of these challenges. We want you to describe any digital tools that you're using for your business operations, either QuickBooks, ChatGPT, HubSpot, Salesforce, any CRMs, any platforms that are helping you operate your business on the internal side. So going one by one through each question, describing your business. Throughout the application, you're going to be seeing that you're going to have a certain amount of characters that can be accepted as a response. For this question, we want you to describe your business in detail, but it needs to be more than 50 characters long. And this is very important. When it comes to describing, when it comes to responding to these questions, we want you to elaborate, to be specific, to let us know everything that you're thinking, all of your concerns, everything that you envision as a business owner. We want to have it on paper. That way we can tailor all of this into our curriculum to make sure that we meet your needs. So when it comes to describing your business, consider this as a very casual conversation with your best friend, your neighbor, your coworker, somebody that you just met at a grocery store or at a park. How is it that you're describing your business to them? How is it that you envision your business? How is it that you're reaching your clients? So what type of service are you providing? Are you selling a product? What product is that? Are you selling multiple products? Do you maybe have a whole list of services? We want to know all of that. We want to know your business model. We want to know your business. And who are your customers? Who are you trying to reach? Do you already have marketing strategies in place? Are those working? Do you want to implement new ones? We want to know what your business is and what it entails. The next question is to write your best elevator pitch and why a person should support your business. So we want to know if you can talk about your business, if you can always and every single day just talk about your business, how you operate it, what you sell, what it is that you provide as a service. We want you to have that, but in writing. And this is a response that needs to be more than 80 characters long. So this is a sales pitch question. We want you to write us your sales pitch and to let us know why your business is the best business out there in the city of Fort Lauderdale. And why should we buy from your business? Why is it that I need to go to your business and not to your competitors? So how is your business different from other businesses in the same industry? Because there are going to be multiple businesses out there. Why should I pick yours? Is it because you have a really good marketing strategy? Is it because your website is easier to navigate compared to your competitors? Is it because your business offers such great customer service that it makes me want to go back and buy additional services or products? Or is it because your prices are way lower and more accessible to the people out there? Or is it because your quality is the best quality that exists in Fort Lauderdale that we need to go to your business to receive that service and that product? So be very specific when it comes to your elevator pitch. There is only a 2,000 character limit, but as long as your response is more than 80 characters long and it describes the questions here, that's what we're looking for. The next question is describing your main goals for participating in Startup FTL. You're going to be seeing a question that is going to ask you to mark what goals it is that you're trying to achieve and what is it that you're trying to get from this program. This is where we want to understand why it is that you're applying. We want you to explain what benefits you want to get from this program. What are your needs? What do you want to learn? Is there something in the curriculum that we haven't added that you would like to see? Are there any topics that you would like for us to cover during this Grow cohort? So this is your opportunity to let us know if we're missing anything in the curriculum, if we're missing anything in our resources that is going to help you grow as a business owner and entrepreneur. Then it's going to ask you to describe your challenges your business is currently on these stages experiencing and what best practices and strategies you're using to solve them. So if your business right now is low on sales, what strategies are you implementing to make sure that your sales are increasing? If maybe you're low in staff and you're having trouble recruiting, well, what is it? How are you recruiting and reaching those employees? When it comes to maybe funding or inventory, you do not have enough space for inventory. Well, where do you have your inventory right now? What are you looking for when it comes to ideas in solving this issue? We want to understand this so that we can go back to our guest speakers, go back to our curriculum, and see if we can find those answers for you. See if we can find some best practices for you to implement back. And we also want to know what is going to happen if all of these challenges are not in your way. If all of these challenges disappear, how are these challenges holding you back? And what can you achieve once you solve all of these issues in your business? The next question is going to be regarding digital tools. What digital tools are you using now to operate your business? How are you keeping track of your business? Is it through Excel sheets? Is it through Word documents? Are you using ChatGPT? Are you using QuickBooks? Are you using HubSpot, Salesforce, Monday.com? Which platforms are you currently using to keep your business in order? And what additional tools would you like to implement in your business? Do you maybe want to get a membership for QuickBooks so that you can facilitate your financial situation, your financial management statements? You maybe want to hire a business mentor to continue to scale your business. What type of tools and resources would you like to implement in your business within the coming year or in the coming months? And how can we, as a city of Fort Lauderdale, help you to reach these goals? So for course details, this is considered a hybrid program. We're going to be meeting either in person or online. There are going to be a total of 7 classes in person as well as 5 classes online. I know that, and I do understand, we all understand that it does rain out of nowhere here in the city of Fort Lauderdale. So we want to make sure that you're all flexible when it comes to any schedule changes. If we are meeting in person, but the weather is not letting you drive, don't worry, we're going to switch to online. In case of any emergencies, we're going to switch to online. This is just to provide you of a more flexible schedule. That way you don't have to drive to the downtown area or get an Uber to the downtown area. We want to make sure that you also have the visibility of joining this program wherever it is that you are. If we are meeting online and you already have a pre-planned event that is not going to let you attend online, we are very flexible and we do work on a case-by-case basis to have you join online while we are in person. If you're all meeting in person and you cannot make it to the class to meet that 80% participation rate, let us know. We'll work with you. We'll see how we can provide you with the information beforehand in case you need to turn in any assignments or any discussion posts. We'll make sure to keep you current with as to all the information that's going on, as well as any guest speakers and their presentations. You want to make sure that you continue to be part of the program and that you are there in spirit when it comes to those dates that you cannot attend. Orientation. Orientation is not part of your 6 weeks. Orientation is separate. However, it is going to be the first meeting date where you're going to be being introduced to not only us, the public affairs team, but also the rest of your cohort. So orientation is going to be on October 20th. That is a Monday from 6 to 8. The course is then, I have it all switched right here. The course is then going to be on October, date right here for you. October 21st, not the 19th. That's a Sunday. We don't want you in our office on a Sunday. On October 21st, that is when you're going to be meeting with us for day 1 of week 1. Now, when it comes to the growth cohort, you're going to be seeing a fluctuation of dates, either meeting on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays. This is due to our schedules when it comes to the internal staff, and we want to make sure that we also provide you with the best location to meet, as well as the best availability. Right now on the next slide, you're going to be seeing all of the dates of the 12 dates that we're gonna be meeting, all of the 12 sessions. But just to let you know, we are gonna be meeting twice a week from 6 to 8. Course length is 6 weeks, 7 classes in person and 5 classes online. Okay, so then the roadmap timeline. This is your roadmap as to orientation all the way to the pitch competition. So Tuesday, October 20th, that should be a Monday. Oh my gosh, where is my mind? Monday, October 20th, that's when we're gonna be meeting for orientation. Tuesday, October 21st, that is your week 1, day 1. That is when your journey is gonna start. That is where you're going to start to learn how to improve and how to implement those best practices back into your business. Next day, Wednesday, and another Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday. So you're going to continue, and all of these classes, they're already scheduled. So this is for you to get a sneak peek to see if you're gonna be able to meet that 80% requirement. The last week of your 6 weeks is going to be class presentations. What does that mean? That during the last week, you're going to be presenting on your business. You're going to be presenting on your business model and your business plan. And you're gonna let us know everything that you learned throughout this course in a 10-minute presentation. You're going to receive feedback from our team as well as from the rest of your cohort. So it is very important that you do present, as this is also factored in for you to complete the program. The pitch competition, that has a potential date of December 12th. More details are yet to come as the date approaches. However, just know that the pitch competition is available for those in the Grow cohort, participating in the Grow cohort. There is going to be a limit as to who can participate in this pitch competition. It is going to be factored in attendance, engagement, confidence, motivation, completion of assignments, and many other things. So Startup FTL, we want to make sure that this is a learning opportunity and also motivation for you to actually have that confidence of pitching your idea in front of judges and making sure that you're so confident as to how your business is going to go and how it's going to scale that you can impress the judges and be awarded with some funds for your business. So we want to make sure that you take this program seriously, just like we want to make sure that you get the best out of this program. When you are selected and notified that you are selected for this program, you will be provided with a copy of the class schedule in advance. That way you can start coordinating your weeks throughout the rest of the 6 weeks, and to let us know any pre-planned dates where you're not going to be available to attend those classes. So then what to expect? You're going to be meeting with us twice a week from 6 to 8. You're going to be learning from local experts and business leaders. You're going to be connected with local entrepreneurs, like-minded individuals like yourself, where you're going to be having engaging discussions about challenges that you have come across, challenges that you are concerned about. You're going to be learning about how to improve your business. You're going to be asking questions to these guest leaders and to these local experts about your business. You're going to be able to ask anything you want so you can receive all of those answers and implement them back into your business. Your business plan presentation, you're going to make sure that we get you prepared to keep on improving your business plan, to keep on defining that business vision that you have, and to make sure that you're confident to continue to talk about your business. And overall, this is a city program, so we want to make sure that all of the resources and the guidance that you receive, it's all from within local municipalities, Broward County, as well as the city of Fort Lauderdale. We want to make sure that you know who to contact, which local leaders in this city, the city of Fort Lauderdale, as well as in Broward County, you can reach out to when it comes to receiving additional business help, receiving additional mentorship, or maybe funding opportunities, mentorship. You want to make sure that you receive all of those contacts. And if you are or do have any questions, we are here to support you and to connect you with anybody that you would like. So you can continue to improve and to grow in your business. With that being said, applications do close on August 31st at 11:59 Eastern Time. So apply now. You can go to the city website, cityoffortlauderdale.gov. Look under public affairs. You'll be able to find the Startup FTL site where you're going to be able to find this recording of the info session. You're going to be able to find the presentation in itself. You're going to be able to find additional resources and additional questions that people have commonly asked. And you're also going to be able to find the link as to where to apply. If you have any questions, feel free to contact myself, program coordinator, as well as any of the other members of our team to make sure that you get those question answers and so that you can apply with all of the confidence that you already have within your business. And right now, I'll open it up to any questions. The one question is, can I apply to the Grow cohort even if I have already participated in another Startup FTL cohort? Yes, you definitely can apply. If you have already been part of Startup FTL, you're more than welcome to apply to the Grow cohort. Just keep in mind that we are going to be reviewing the same Kaufman curriculum that we went through when it came to the 12 weeks of the Startup FTL cohort that you participated in, but you're more than welcome to apply. Another question is, can I only attend online? We have been receiving this type of questions throughout past cohorts, and we do want to make sure that you do receive that in-person engagement. A lot of our guest speakers, they love to meet our participants in person. They do receive more engagement, more questions, and there's more discussions. If you are able to attend all of the in-person classes, we'll be more than welcome to have you. We do work on a case-by-case basis. In case you cannot attend to an in-person class due to any emergency that may come across that day or to any pre-planned events. Another question is, do I need to have an EIN or a registered business to apply? Since we are looking for businesses operating from 1 to 5 years, we are expecting applicants to have an EIN. However, it is not required. Another question, and we'll do this as a final. What if I live in the city, but my business is located in another city outside of Fort Lauderdale? Any small business owners that are a resident of the city of Fort Lauderdale and have their business outside are still very welcome to apply. Just as those that have their business in the city of Fort Lauderdale, but only work and have their business here. They may live elsewhere, but their business is located in the city of Fort Lauderdale. They're also welcome to apply. Any additional questions? Public affairs staff, any additional comments or questions that you have for the applicants?
Just enjoy. Look forward to seeing you.
Well, thank you all for joining us in this info session. Again, here is the QR code for you to apply. That's gonna take you directly to the Startup FTL website. We're gonna be able to receive additional information as well as the link to the application form. Make sure that you share this with any small business owner or any entrepreneur that is interested in this program. We're gonna be more than happy to have you in our cohorts. And we're gonna be waiting for your applications before August 31st. Thank you all for joining, and do expect to have this recording in the website along with the presentation. Hope you all have a great day and you take care.